Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Senior Cat Wellness. If you are a first timer or a returning guest, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for all the fun here on the channel. And be sure to turn on all post notifications so that you never miss a video. And if you'd like to make additional contributions to the channel, those links can be found in the description box below. The winter season can be quite the magical time, but if you do live in a place where that snow piles up by the inches almost every single day in the winter months and the temperatures can drop even faster, you do know how harsh it can be for our cats, for our feline friends, whether your cat spends time outdoors on the regular or likes to slip outside in the afternoon for a couple of hours from time to time, perhaps year-round. Many owners do find themselves wondering the same thing once that snow falls, and if you certainly have blizzard-type conditions, how long can a cat safely stay out in the snow? Whether we're talking about actively falling snow, or like I said, perhaps a blizzard rolled through the night before and the sun is out, but hey, that snow is certainly piled up. So how long can a cat really hang out and enjoy it before it becomes perhaps a health risk, a physical threat to their body? And today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to break that down in a good way, a positive way, so we can stay on the responsible track, but perhaps, just perhaps, not eliminate all of the fun that your cat might have with all that snow. So first off, it's important to always remember that cats are not, let's say, naturally equipped for snow as people often think. A lot of times there's this notion that cats can sort of just deal with any element in the same way that they have the limber body and can, jump from the tallest mountain and be fine. Just the fact that a cat's got a fur coat they really can't take off. I guess the school of thought to some degree is if you've got a coat that you can't take off, when would you rather have it? In 100-degree heat or, 15 degrees in snow? And yeah, it makes sense. You'd rather have the coat during the wintertime, but that doesn't mean that cats are equipped to handle snow. They can tolerate it, but there's a difference between tolerating it and dealing with it in short spurts and being safe in it for multiple hours. But cold weather, it affects them a lot faster than a lot of people realize. Snow and ice and freezing temperatures and wind and harsh winter winds, it can lead to hypothermia. It can lead to frostbite in a fairly short amount of time. Even a healthy adult cat will start experiencing problems long before you might expect. So most cats should only be outside in snowy or below freezing conditions for a very limited amount of time. Just a few minutes at a stretch, maybe 15 minutes tops. 15 minutes tops. Their tolerance, of course, depends on their age, overall health, the type of coat they have, and their body weight. But keep in mind, even the healthiest of cats, I mentioned earlier about a healthy adult cat, 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes at the most. Healthy young cat with a thicker coat might handle it, might even enjoy it slightly better. Older cats, here again, we are Senior Cat Wellness. Cats of a thinner stature, just a smaller build. And of course, kittens and cats with medical issues are at risk within about 60 to 90 seconds, to be honest, especially if we're talking temperatures well below freezing, a thick coat of snow on the ground, more than just a passing flurry that's barely accumulating on the grass. When I say snow, I'm talking about snow, not just, oh, look, there's a flake. I'm not talking about a dandruff shower that passes over like it does in some parts of the country where you go out and buy all the bread and milk from the grocery store just because you saw a snowflake. But thick snow on the ground, it can affect younger cats, kittens, older cats, and of course cats with medical issues. But regardless of the cat, snowing freezing temperatures are never something they should be exposed to for long periods of time. Biggest risk, hypothermia. Of course, that happens when a cat's body temperature drops too low, too fast. The tricky part, the symptoms are not always obvious at first. A cat might look like they're just checking out the snow, but underneath that heavy coat of fur, their body temperature could be dropping rapidly. Early signs, shivering, a tucked up body posture, more sort of tucked than normal, very slow movements, perhaps disoriented. Once a cat stops shivering, that's a dangerous sign, actually. They may already be in the process of losing the battle, if you will, of the warmth and losing that warmth, losing the ability to keep themselves warm. Of course, frostbite. When we talk about this, hypothermia and frostbite are really, unfortunately, A and A1. They're neither really sort of holds a second place because they're both very serious. Snow and ice can cling to paws. On a personal level, when I was trying to come up with new winter content for the channel, as it is we're knocking on the door of winter time here as I do this video. My first thought whenever anyone brings up the topic or the mention, the comment about snow and ice and sleet, my first thought are a cat's paws. And that's what frostbite, that's another major concern. The paws, the ears, the tail, very sensitive. When these areas get cold, tissue damage can occur, and unfortunately very quickly. You might not notice the signs for hours or perhaps even many days. But when they come back inside, check those paws, check those ears, check that tail immediately, especially the paws. They can become irritated, even cut and rough. It can be a mess. The paws are very sensitive, especially with a young cat and a senior feline. Very sensitive. They're not, cat's paws are not equipped to walk on snow or ice or any of that, anything of that nature. If you have a cat who just can't stay inside, they just insist on checking things out. In the wintertime, they just bolt for that door. Supervision, that's the key. Let them explore. If they want a little taste, if you will, let them explore. But here again, keep it to a bare minimum. Say, hey, I let you out. You had your fun for a couple of minutes. Now it's back in the house. If they start sort of walking and lifting their feet, that's a sign that they're already feeling some discomfort. So once that happens, you're bringing them in immediately. For those who care for cats that are not theirs, but they're on their property, feral cats, stray cats, outdoor felines, the winter, that's a whole different challenge because you can't really bring them inside in that regard because it's just a different story. And those who know, they know. Snowy areas where wintertime guarantees every week there's going to be snow. Insulated shelters, straw, maybe blankets, but mainly straw. Maybe like a Rubbermaid or a similar branding of a sort of a rubber tub with the lid on it. Maybe cut a square in the side and just let the cat explore that area and use their own body heat with the comfort of this rubber structure to keep them warm. Even outdoor savvy cats can struggle when we get into these harsh winter conditions and a deep snow and freezing temperatures and everything that wintertime can bring to some areas. If your cat's inside, it's all about keeping those warm spaces. Keep that temperature like you would have it in the wintertime, but maybe add another blanket to their bedding and just more increase the coziness. That's really the goal. And then here again, if your cat's coming inside from the harsh conditions, be sure to dry them off if they're a little wet. Check those paws for ice and just discomfort and even cracking of the paws over time. Make sure those paws are constantly moist, and there's different things that you can purchase at various pet stores. Big box retailers, your vet, and anything in between of a responsible nature. There's various creams and lotions that you can apply year-round, especially during the wintertime, to keep your cat's paws healthy. Winter can be a great time, but it can also be very dangerous, so you got to watch out. Understanding these limitations of your cat can give them a little time in the fun, but a little taste of fun, I should say, but also keep them safe. It's all about being responsible and being very cautious. I mentioned snow. This whole topic is about snow, but I'll be remiss if I say, hey, some places don't get a lot of snow, but they do have a winter time. It could be in the 20s, the 15, 20, 30 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter with very little snow. But hey, that cold weather, that can still do a number on your cat's body. It can do a number on your cat's paw. So it's not just about associating the cold with a lot of snow. Hey, it can be crystal clear in 22 degrees, right? So keep your cat safe in the wintertime, whether you're getting a foot of snow or just a few flakes. To the wonderful audience of Senior Cat Wellness, what are your thoughts on this topic? Any personal stories to share? Tell me how you take care of your cat when the weather, when old man winter shows up and all Frosty the Snowman's out there walking around with your cat and all that good stuff. And remember, hey, if you'd like more winter-themed content, just please let me know down in the comments section, down in the comments below in that comment section. Of course, as always, it's all yours. If you enjoyed today's content, give the video a like, share it out, and subscribe to us right here at Senior Cat Wellness. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.